it off, Gushing, from the other side.
Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel where we give you all sorts of world-class videos on remodeling your homes, your bathrooms, your kitchens, and we do all sorts of tool reviews, and we also do engineering failures. And today we had a great engineering failure for you here. What we have here is our friend Gene's house. He's got a crack in a pipe here in the sprinkler system down below here in the garden. So we're going to fix that for you, and we're going to show you how to do it, and it all starts right now. Okay, so here's our problem here. So the pipe was already dug out here. This is a 1-inch sprinkler pipe here. And right here is a crack with a hole and another hole here, and you can see the crack right here. And you can actually see the pipe kind of, see it move there. So what we have to do here is do some surgery here. We're going to mark the pipe here on either side here and make cuts on either side there, and we'll cement on some PVC couplers onto the new piece of PVC pipe that we're going to stick in there, and then we'll get them cemented in. Sort of mark on either side of where the damaged area is, and that's where we're going to make our cut. Okay, so what we did was we trenched out the whole pipe, because as you can see here, there's previous repairs here in the middle where they've tried to fix something in the past, and we also discovered right there in the middle of the screen there, you can see there's another crack right there in the pipe, and that looks like another spot where the shovel hit it. So rather than try to just do a little simple repair like this one in the middle here, we figured it makes much more sense to just start with a whole new pipe, because the original installers here made several mistakes here. You can see here a couple of things. First of all, when you dig a trench, it's supposed to be even and flat. And so you can see right here, it goes up over this mound right here. So that's why it was putting stress on that point and causing everything over here to break, and why they had to come back and do fixes. So we're going to replace it with one, we will tie it together with an adjustable repair coupling, very similar to this one here in the middle here. So what happens is, because both ends are fixed, they're not very pliable, not very movable, and even if you did try to move it, you would only crack that thin-walled pipe there. That pipe's a joke. They should never have used this pipe. They should have used Schedule 40, which is what we're going to be using. Okay, so the first thing we have to do now is we have to pull out this old pipe. We'll cut it out, but we also have to flatten this out. They made this way too deep too. This didn't need to be 12 inches deep. There's no reason for that. Okay, so here's our repair coupling here. And so the way it works is it comes with this screw-on part here, and you have to make sure that the gasket is in there. See, we have a black gasket in there. That's what provides the seal. So what we're going to do is take one end of our 1-inch pipe, and we will cement it right into here. So this will be permanent. Then we can screw the body onto it here, like this. And then when we go to cement the other part in, the other pipe on the other side here, what we're going to do is this gets pushed in like that, and you hear it click. You put your coupler on here, and your 1-inch pipe cements onto the coupler there. But the way it works is right as you're cementing it on, you got to pull this out so that the coupler can go back over and cover the pipe again. Okay, so just because we bought these brand new shiny white PVC fittings at the store there, doesn't mean that they're clean. Don't get fooled by the fact that it looks clean and that it's white. You still have to clean them. And I always like to clean them with my little Amway LOC wipes here. So what I do is I just take it here and wipe it all over there, inside. And I'll even clean outside too, because I want a nice clean environment when I'm working there on these, as clean as I can get it anyway. And then I will also take the end of the pipe, because the pipes are notorious for being filthy. Man, you wouldn't believe how dirty these things get in the stores. And by the time you transport it and put it in the back of your truck or whatever and get it home. So this one's reasonably clean. I see a few specks of items on there.
I'll put links down in the video description below for you, so you can go check out these Amway LOC wipes and any of the other Amway products. And we get a commission if you buy, so we appreciate your support, because that helps the channel out here. That allows us to bring you more high quality content.
Okay, now most people I see that do this, they cement this wrong. I've seen guys that just cement on this and then stick it in, which is wrong. You have to use the primer. It's required by code anyways. And then a lot of people mistake what the purpose of the primer is here. This primer, which comes off purple like this, as you can see, this primer does two things. It helps clean the pipe and it softens the plastic so that it will mix better with the cement. So you need to have both. And the proper way to do it is you want to put the primer on when while it's still wet, you got to put the cement on while the primer is still wet. So a lot of guys will start priming all of their parts and let it dry and then they'll cement later. That's actually not the correct method. It's sort of the lazy man's method, but it's not correct. And I'm just as guilty as everybody else of doing that in my day. So here's what we're going to do. We take the inside of the fitting here and give it a good coating. Then we're going to go on the outside of the pipe here and give it a good coating here. Then I'm going to go back on the inside again. I just want to make sure that it's still wet. Then I'm going to take the cement and I'll do the inside of the fitting here and I'll do the outside of the pipe. I'll put the fitting onto the pipe. As far as it'll go in, I'll turn it half a turn and we're going to hold it for several seconds. And the reason why we hold it is we want to make sure that the forces don't want to push these two parts apart, because that's what happens. We're going to put the gasket in right there. Then we'll screw the body in. Now we're in nice and tight and ready for the repair. Anyway, so I love this tool. You're going to love this. So this right here is the Milwaukee electric PVC shear. And we did a tool review on this, so we'll put a link to it down in the description in the video for you. But we did a thorough tool review of this last summer where we showed this cutting through so many different materials and pipes and stuff. Got pretty clean. Okay, so once again we're going to use our little Amway wipe there to clean off the end of that pipe, because we know definitely that one was dirty. It's been underground and under soil for all this time, for 25 years. So we're going to just give it a good wipe down along the edge of that pipe. Give it a minute to dry. Okay, now we're going to cement on this coupler here to it. So what we're going to do here is prime the inside of it. Make sure you get a good even coat around it. And then we'll prime around the outside of it here. Then we'll take our cement and cement inside the fitting, and then all the way around the outside of the pipe. And put it in and give it a turn, quarter of a turn. We'll hold it for a few seconds. Okay. So now our couple is on there, cemented in place. So now on the left side here of the repair, we're going to put some primer here on this pipe. And then we're going to put some primer here in the fitting. Get a good even coating. Then while it's still wet, we're going to put some cement on the fitting here. And then we're going to get some cement also around the pipe. Okay. So now the left side of this segment is now in place. So now that we have both of our fittings, we're going to lower the pipe into position here. And I'm going to set it here so that it's going to be somewhere around halfway into the coupling right there. So it's going to be just like that. And then we're going to mark the right hand side of the pipe over there so that it will correspond with the middle of its fitting over there. Okay, so now we're going to cut a nice straight edge off of this. So you can see why we like to use this tool here, because it just gives you such a nice straight edge here, and there's no rough edges like you would get with a saw, so we don't have to deburr the inside of it before we cement it. Okay, so now that we have it cut to length, now we can start priming up our pieces and cementing the pipe into the couple there. Now here we just want to lift this up a little to get under it, like this. Now while the primer is still wet, we take our cement, we cement the inside of the fitting, we go around the outside of the pipe a few times, and we get our pipe in there. And we turn it and hold. Okay, so now our pipe is cemented in on the right hand side. So now we go over to the repair coupler on the left hand side, and let's take a look over there. Okay, so now over here on the repair coupling side here, you can see how the extension part of that coupling there is sticking out. So what happens is we have to push it in like that. See? So then we'll prime the inside of the coupling. We'll prime on here. We'll put cement on both. We'll get them lined up, and then we'll shoot them in there. And you got to make sure that when you shoot them back in, they want it to stay at the midpoint. There's a line that they have here that lines up, that you'll see it come out there. So you'll have to align it up with that line. That's how far you know to pull it out. This is the point where we have to move fast and we have to be accurate. So we're going to get some of the primer inside the coupling there and get some around the pipe. Come up on the back side here. Okay. Now I'm going to lift up on this a little bit. I'm going to get the cement all over the inside of the fitting there. And I'm going to get the cement on here in the pipe. Let's get them in there together. And there we go. And it's in there. See that hole? And here's the old piece all stretched out on the walkway here, and there's that other hole from the shovel. Now keep in mind, there must have been several holes from shovels done over time here. Okay, so here you can see, based on our repair, it looks a lot straighter than it was before, because we had to bottom out and level out that trench there and made it look a lot nicer there. Now the only thing we couldn't get around was right here. You see how they already have that pipe curving around the clean out? So I did not want to have this adjustable fitting to be over here, because you can see with that curve, that would have been way too much stress in trying to connect up to it. We connected up to this fitting here on a straight part of the pipe. You want to do it where it's straight, not where it's curving. And if you put stress on it, now the pipe's coming in at an angle, it won't cement in right, and you won't have a good connection. You will not have a reliable connection at all. But just look how nice and straight it is now, all the way across the way there, right up to that other fitting. So we decided not to go to the corner there, and I'll tell you why. So right there at the corner, it does a 90-degree turn and keeps on going that way with the same type of pipe. So we were not going to try to make more cuts on the other pipe going that way and run the risk of cracking it. Now you have to replace more segments down that way. Our goal here today was just to only have to fix this segment right here. But you can see from this angle what a bad job the original installers did there, because they have it going around a curve and up a hill. Just the way they trenched this whole thing here was ridiculous. We might try to correct that little hill up there at the corner. So there is one other trick you can do. So here's a second method we can use. You can take one of your normal couplers. Now you see how you have that stop in the middle there, that little dark shadow there? It looks like sort of like a half moon. So what you can do is you can either get sandpaper or the tip of a Dremel and file that down, or you can use a file as well, like a metal file. So you file that down so that it's completely flat, so that basically you don't have a coupler with a stop anymore. What you have is a tube. And then the way it works is you do this. You would have the cement on the pipe and the cement on your thing here, and you bring the two pipes together like this, and then you would go like this. While it's still wet, you take the coupler here and you go across the tube like that, so that the two pipes can come together, and then you back it up just to right there. So that way the other pipe coming the other direction is going to be tapped right up to him like this. So that's another way you can do it. But it does take some skill, because you have to be able to get it filed down completely and know that when you put this on here, while it's completely wet, you have to glob a lot of the cement on there, act as a lubricant, and then you just have to go like that, put the pipes together and slide it back. And you don't want to go too far. You have to slide it till it's at the 50% point right there. Okay, now that it's all in here, in place, we're going to fire it up and do a pressure test. Okay, so here we come. And it looks like our pipe is holding so far. Here is our sprinkler head here. We just have to adjust. This is a new head right here. But so far we can't see any leaks coming out of the pipe down here, which is great. Did you see the pipe kind of buckle up a little bit? It'll be fine. Once we have it in the ground and the soil on top of it, it will stay in place. We do have to fix this sprinkler here. We may not even need this one to be here, because all it's doing is just spraying in underneath this particular hedge here. Normally what you want to do with sprinklers is you want to have them come up through the hedges and poke up through the top here. That way they can spray all the way around the hedges like that. Okay, so now we're just moving the dirt back, covering up the repair connection there, and then we'll tamp it down. So the soil is going to be loose now, so you want to tamp it down when you're done. Okay, as you can see, we had a successful repair. And if you found this video useful, hey, do us a favor, please. Hey, would you click on the thumbs up down below there? That lets us know that you like us. And if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, hey, why not? Man, we have so many videos here in so many categories that can help you out with numerous repairs around your house. And you really should check out our heavy-duty engineering remodeling videos too. And so anyway, make sure you click on that subscribe button down below there. And when you do that, click the little gray bell icon next to it and tell YouTube that you want them to alert you every time we upload a video, because you don't want to miss any of our videos, folks. Well, that's it, folks, for this time. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you all on the next one.